Magandang umaga.
Good morning mga kapitid. Meron na po ba kayong mga kape? So ako meron akong kape kaya lang hindi ko pwedeng pakita yung brand kasi hindi pa po.
Ganito. Ay. Parwe. Tinakpan lahat eh. Ito na lang, ganyan na lang pala, ganyan na lang. Yan. May kape na ako.
Ako din, meron.
Ay, kape na. So, good morning, King.
In fairness, Coach, yung coffee delivery, sobrang bilis. Parang less than 20 minutes nandito na. Doon siguro kasi medyo malapit. Less than a kilometer lang yung yung coffee shop sa bahay. Pero bilis. Amazing.
Galing Ay, sorry. Magalang.
Meron na ring rider na in the area kaya mabilis.
Yeah. Wow. Kaya palang aga lumabas ni Nika na naka Christmas colors kayong dalawa. Parang sasabayan ninyo si Uncle. Malapit na lumabas si Uncle eh.
Unahan na namin si Uncle Jose Marie. JMC, Jose Marie Chan. So,
JMC, tawa, JMC.
Bawal kasi lumabas si Uncle kasi ECQ, di ba? So,
correct.
So, MECQ na bukas. So, pwede na siya lumabas.
Tama. So, it's August 20, 2021. In case hindi nyo pa alam kung anong araw na at ginagawa ninyong orasan at saka date checker ang Kape Tayo. Every Friday nandito kami. So it's August 20, 2021 and it's supposed to be the end of ECQ. At sabi nga ni Kapitan King na it's gonna be MECQ tomorrow. Yeah. So medyo lumuluwag ng konti pero kung titignan mo yung mga nakasulat sa guidelines, parang wala rin eh. Kapatid, paano ba yun? Parang ECQ pa rin eh. Diba?
Actually, hindi ko nga rin maintindihan eh. Parang pwede kang lumabas pero wala ka rin naman ma-achieve. Kasi diba, the normal stuff naman pwede talaga, grocery, yung mga needs na pwede talaga lumabas. Ang defining factor lang talaga before from ECQ tsaka MECQ is really yung pwede mag-dine-in, diba? Tsaka yung mga personal care na mga establishments, diba? Nakabukas. So, I guess ngayon lang, pag nag-grocery ka, legal na may kasama ka na kasi dapat yung authorized person outside residence lang, diba? Ngayon, legal na dalawa. Pero apart from that, parang wala masyadong ang change, Kapitan.
Oo nga, parang yehey. Parang ganun eh. Yehey, MECQ na tayo. And that's for another more than 15 days. Right? Kasi,
another days.
Another, few days na lang. 10 days na lang pala. Oo. Pero of course all of that is being done kasi nga tumataas pa rin yung cases ng ng Delta. So yesterday we were at what? 14,800, diba? 14,800 plus. So talagang we have to weather this. However, we also understand that there are businesses that are really heavily affected, industries that are heavily affected. Manufacturing is affected kasi nga, unless you house them, diba? Unless you house your employees, Tapos araw-araw ipapatest mo yan dahil hindi naman porkit nandun lang sa facility mo, hindi naman magkakaroon. Hindi rin naman tama. Hindi rin naman, it's not safe to assume that. Diba? So, regular testing pagdating sa mga manggagawang Pilipino. Yeah, of course, the food industry is affected heavily. Retail is affected because the malls are closed, so retail is affected. And many others. It's hard. It's tough. It's a tough time for everyone. Diba? Church is a good time because now's the time that people are crying out. Naghahanap na ng solution, and we know that the solution is really in the Word of God. The solution is, putting your faith in someone higher than you, diba? Na kayang ayusin lahat. So, yun. Sa F&B, kami, sa restaurant business, wow, it's really, really, really hitting us hard. Although naglabas ng statement ang DTI, si Secretary Mon Lopez, na sabi niya kung pwedeng luwagan pa yung quarantine classification and yung guidelines, not protocol, but guidelines, because a lot of businesses are waiting or are expecting to, kahit make some, not make profit, but to survive during the Christmas season, which is upcoming. Yan yung September, October, November, December, di ba? Pretty much like last year, natatandaan mo, King, di ba, nagbukas tayo sa keg ng September, October, di ba? So, yun yung mga panahon na crucial for businesses. Retail, food, manufacturing also, kasi may mga orders na yan. Diba? So, importante na luwagan ng kaunti yung guidelines. Not the protocols, but the guidelines. And then, sinigundahan pa ito ni Joey Concepcion of Go Negosyo. So, kasi mga modern day heroes natin, yung mga nasa frontliner ngayon. Diba?
Correct.
Yan, yung mga medical frontliners, security guards, di ba? Mga ganun. Ayan, yung nag-deliver ng kape sa inyo para umabot ka sa kape tayo ngayong umaga. Di ba? Ang dami nila, grabe. Sila ngayon yung nasa lansangan, sila ngayon yung nasa kalye. Yung mga drivers, di ba? Riders, nagde-deliver ng pagkain sa atin, yung mga ino-order ninyong 998877, di ba? Yung mga ganun. Pabatiin muna natin yung ating isang kapatid.
Bati ka muna, kapatid Tristan. O parang hindi ata gumagalaw. Merong interesting, no? Sabi ni Booth, sabi niya, MECQ actually means medyo ECQ pa rin. Kaya naman pala, wala masyadong difference.
Yeah. Ang galing. Maraming salamat, Booth.
Okay, good morning. Magandang umaga sa'yo. Magandang umaga sa'yo, Boots. Alright. And of course, yun, ang mami ni...
Ay, Tita.
Tita, good morning po. Good morning po sa inyo.
Tita, good morning to you.
Hope
you're doing well.
Oo. How do you take your coffee, Tita, if ever nagko-coffee po kayo? Si D. Okay, good morning, D. Gandang
Good
umaga.
morning.
And of course, said free. Hello. Hello daw. And hello din sa'yo. And magandang umaga na rin. Meron din tayo. Habang nagkakape, good morning. Good morning din. So,
hello,
cheers.
Doc.
Cheers talaga.
Cheers. By the way, can I take this opportunity also to invite everyone who's watching? If you have time later at 6 p.m., please join us. It's Kape with RJ Abelio. Yours truly. It's a speed networking time. It's powered by Glue Up. So when I say networking, hindi po ito yung MLM na networking, but this is networking where you get to talk to people of like minds. Yan, salamat King. So you get to talk to thought leaders. I've invited thought leaders, people in the training industry. I've invited professionals, accountants, engineers, etc., and also entrepreneurs. So it's a nice way to connect and stay connected. So all you need to do is click the link that's in my page. If you can go to my page, click the link and then register. So you're given a Glue Up account. It's powered by Glue Up, by the way. It's a new social media platform. So you get your Glue Up account. Then you're given, or you're also created a e-business card. So ang siste dito, kapatid, is every 3 minutes may iba kang kausap. Para sa speed dating, pero it's all about business, thought leaders, it's a nice platform. Kaya maikli lang, kaya pang kape-kape lang talaga siya. Kaya kape-kape muna. It's in time for a break. So 30 minutes siya. The whole event will run for 30 minutes. And then every 3 minutes, you click a call button and then you're talking to a different person. Galing, galing. It's fun. It's a fun time. So all of you, Boots, sino pa ba na, ZD, Tita Nok, kung may oras ka, Sharon, and of course, PJ, Aldea, and Chai, even your wife, you invite them. So, kung kunwari, kayo ni Nika, King, or kayo ni Marge, Tristan, you create 2 accounts, separate accounts. Kasi iba yung work mo, iba yung work ni Nika, di ba? Iba yung work mo, Tristan, iba rin yung work ni Marge. So that you have your own account and your own business card. So, ganun lang. It's gonna be a fun time. Maikli lang siya, hindi siya matagal. Tapos, very interactive kasi iba yung kausap mo every 3 minutes. So, then you're on the platform. Anytime you wanna do a networking night on your own, then you can tell me, I want to do a networking night among pharma people. Kunwari, si PJ kasi nandyan, he works in a pharma company. So I want to interact with pharma people. O yun, pharma night. O, pwedeng ganon. Or kunwari, si Boots, di ba, is heavily involved with CSR, foundation work, etc. O yun. Or si D, HR naman. O HR practitioners. So it's a nice way to get to connect. It shouldn't, the medyo ECQ should not stop us from constantly connecting. So that's later at 6 p.m. So if you want, you can register anytime today, and then you'll be on the platform by later tonight at 6. Ganun lang kabilis, mga kapatid.
Coach.
So, thank you. Maraming salamat doon. Yes.
Hindi ba to
Ayun, bumati ka na.
Hi, good morning everyone. Yan, thank you for inviting us for tonight's event, Coach. May question lang ako. May allergy kasi ako sa mga power. So ano ba to? Parang ganun ba yan?
Oo, yun lang problema no, nasira yung word na networking Hindi po ito MLM na networking. Hindi po ganun. It's nothing like that. It's networking with like-minded professionals or people in the same industry. Or sometimes if you wanna do, kunwari, mahilig ka sa wine, mahilig ka sa kape, yun. Then you network with people who are also like coffee. So meron dyan, we can invite people who are I know someone who exports local coffee, Benguet, Barako, etc., etc. So, pwede kong, I can arrange that for you, help arrange that for you, and then I can host it. Then, but it's your night, it's your networking night. So, it's a nice platform. Parang break lang ba? Yung break from all the stress and monotony of the ECQ and the work from home arrangement. So, yeah.
Galing.
Yan yung that's a new platform kasi ako early adopter At saka maximizer at saka activators. Pagka meron akong nagustuhan, sige, game, gawin na natin yan. Di ba? Let's do it.
Game na, now na.
Ano na?
Game na agad, now na.
Game na agad na. Correct. Ayun. At saka bukas, tomorrow is Ninoy Aquino, di ba? We commemorate the death, diba, of Ninoy Aquino. So, we'd like to, syempre, we're on season 4, which is Heroes, and then episode 2, which is entitled How Do We Empower Others So That We Can Build the Team. So, we want to take a look at a lot of the heroes, the modern day heroes, and, what are their qualities? For example, si Senator Ninoy Aquino. Senator siya, tama ba? He was a senator, di ba? Oo. So the Aquino family has one senator and 2 presidents. Di ba? Senator Ninoy, President Cory, the late President Cory, and the late President Pinoy, Noynoy Aquino. Diba? So, grabe rin track. And then they also have a senator, di ba? Si Bam Aquino is also a senator. Tapos meron din silang Boots Aquino, who is the cousin, or the brother of Ninoy Aquino, who became congressman at some point, or senator also at some point. So it's they're a very political family, political and business also. So ano yung naaalala ninyong statement? Ilang taon na ba kayo nung namatay si Ninoy?
Ako, siguro 2.
2 years old ka lang noon?
Parang sinabi ko yata kung ilang taon na ako ngayon, King.
Okay lang yan. Okay lang.
I was 0 years old.
Ganon? Seryoso?
September yung birthday ko. 1983. So, negative 1 month. Nasa tiyan pa.
Wow. Nasa tiyan ka pa. Oh my gosh. So, kwento na lang pala ito.
Kaya ikaw magkukwento sa amin, Coach.
Ang saklap naman ang road. Alam mo kung sino pang pwede kong katulong na kwentuhan dito? Si Boots. Ayan, si Boots. Si D, malamang. May naalala pa yun. Although bata pa si D at saka si Boots siguro during that time. They were still young. Ako kasi, alala ko yun eh. Naalala ko yung time na yun eh. Kitang-kita ko pa sa mind ko ngayon yung TV, yung footage when he was on the tarmac, yung after he was gunned down. And then he was on the tarmac. Tapos yung kinaladkad nila and all that stuff. And then, of course, we know that sparked an awakening. Diba? An awakening. And then, of course, it led to people power, which put his wife, the late President Cory, into position. So, it really sparked a revolution. An awakening and a revolution, a peaceful revolution in the people power, which historically was not duplicated anywhere in the world. Yung ganong ka-peaceful na rally. I know because nung nangyari yan kasi 7 months in the womb, loko to si PJ. Uncle, talaga. Hindi naman ako Jose Marie, hindi naman ako JMC. I was 22 when Senator Ninoy was shot dead. One of the most famous lines that came to mind, hindi ka nag-iisa. Correct. Hindi ka nag-iisa. Wala pa akong mami nun, Coach. Aray ko. Well, wala naman tayo magagawa. Ganun talaga eh. Kung matanda ka na talaga, di ba, tanggapin na natin yun. Hindi ko naman kinakaila na medyo may kaidara na tayo, di ba? Pero tama yun, yung hindi ka nag-iisa. In fact, guys, nung So 'di ba namatay na nga si na-assassinate na nga si Senator Aquino, Ninoy Aquino. Yung mga black, 'di ba normally before we used to wear those black pagka nagluluksa ka. Black pin. Yung black pin na yun, black rectangular pin. Kasi dati ganun eh. If you know a person's in mourning if they wear that pin. Ngayon they don't wear it na eh. No one wears the pin anymore. Pero I remember those pins, nandun yun, naka-inscript yun. Hindi ka nag-iisa. We had those eh. In Lasal, our batch, talagang grabe. Laki ng kinita ng tao. Benta pa rin eh. Siguro. Pero kasi lahat talaga, lahat in support of. Yun ang before all the yellow. Yun yung pin na that was the first the first pin of support. Hindi ka nag-iisa. The black pin with the inscription, hindi ka nag-iisa. And of course, there's another one, the Filipino is worth dying for. That's another famous line of the late Senator Ninoy Aquino. Ninoy Aquino. The Filipino is worth dying for. So he came back to face everything, and risk his life. Sabi nga nila in the interview in the plane, di ba, na he kind of prophesied his death. He said, if it happens, it happens. Parang ganun, there was something like that. Aren't you afraid for your life na they might take your life? Well, if it happens, then it happens. So, alam mo yun, he came into this eyes wide open, knowing that he would possibly die a martyr. Diba? I remember that we would hide in one of the classrooms in UP to watch the footage of the shooting of in MI8R. Manila International Airport pa yun eh. Mia Tarmac. The Betamax tape copy got to go around secretly. Betamax pa nun. Correct.
Ngayon yung Betamax, kinakain na lang na pinili.
Correct. Masarap ang Betamax. Di ba? Masarap yun.
Wala nang makukuha ng Betamax. Kinakain
lang. Kinakain lang. Oo, kinakain lang. Yeah. So yeah, that's true. That was. Ano pa ba yung mga highlights boots ng mga panahon na yon? UP, of course. UP, radical yan eh. Yung the whole campus of UP, it's an open university eh, diba? So ideologies are, freely accepted in UP. Kami kasi and then of course people power happened. We were 2 stoplights away from Camp Krame, where all the tanks were, grabe, ang daming tao. No? Kaya kami, mass promotion. We didn't have classes for months or for weeks because of that, of people power. And then, so we were all grandfathered to the next level. Yung mga nag-graduate ng mga panahon na yun, yung mga 4th year ng mga high school ng mga panahon na yun, they graduated. Pinasa na lang lahat. Kasi nga, it was a historical time in our country. So, yung mga ganun, there are certain qualities kasi na, you give your life for others, diba? You give your life for, in this case, he gave his life for the Philippines, for the Filipinos. Pero bago nun, marami na siyang speeches, diba, na trying to awaken the Filipino people about who we are, diba, and what are our rights, being a force for good while he was in the States. So when he came back, he basically came back to be a martyr. yun yung kumbaga, for lack of a better term, that was his death sentence. But previous to that, if you would watch all the speeches that he made, he would always talk about the Filipinos, the Philippines, our rights, who we are, and then he sealed it with basically his death on the tarmac. Kasi he never got out of the airport. He never got out of the airport. So that's why importante yung mga interviews niya sa airplane, because that was a few hours or minutes leading into his assassination. So tomorrow for sure, marami dyan. There's a lot of videos that are gonna be coming out, especially also with the passing of his son, the late President Pinoy. So maraming mga tribute. There's gonna be tribute videos for that. And especially timing pa dahil there's an upcoming election next year, di ba? May 2022. Oh, by the way, mga kapatid, mag-rehistro kung hindi pa nakarehistro para sa election next year. Yeah, so that we can choose our leaders properly. Yeah. So, you take a look at that, the life of Ninoy, the limited view that we have, of course, we don't know the full story. But ganun din sa modern day heroes natin, di ba? Ano ba yung modern day heroes natin? Sino ba yung mga yan? OFW, di ba? Tapos sino pa? Ano pang mga modern day heroes?
Food delivery
boy. Yan.
Art, mga natin.
Nasa grocery, nasa nurses, doctors natin.
Yeah. So, and literally, actually, kung titingnan mo, even the skeleton force of government agencies.
Yes.
Diba? The skeleton force of government agencies, because they're still doing the work. Even utilities. Meralco, diba? Meralco, water,
Tuloy ang
telephone.
trabaho.
Kasi, utility na ngayon ng internet. hindi na sa luxury eh. Necessity na yung internet ngayon eh. Kasi kung walang internet, walang kapitayo. Diba? So, yesterday I was in PLDT. I'm going back today to fix some stuff for Keg. Pero talagang kita mo yung customer service. I'm talking to a screen. Pero nandun lang siya sa loob ng opisina. Wala silang face-to-face. It's a monitor. Tapos whatever I need, kunwari, kausap kita, di ba? Tapos, can I have a copy of the memorandum for this, or for the agreement for my place? For a while, sir. Tapos may lalabas, naka-PPE, may lalabas, tapos ibibigay sa iyo yung papel. Tapos papasok ulit dun sa opisina. So andun lang siya dun sa office, pero they don't go face-to-face. Pag magbabayad ka, the person will get your payment and your check or your cash, and then we'll go into the room and then bring it back out. Ganun. Diba? So, yan ang mga frontliners. Kasi they're all there. Yan, janitor, correct. Janitor, the maintenance people. Mga karpintero, mason. Diba? Natuloy pa rin ang trabaho nila eh. Kasi yung mga kumpanya ngayon, like now, we're using the time to do a little bit of fresh looking, di ba? Nagre-refresh kami ng look ng Keg. So, electricians, karpintero, pintor, yung mga frontliners natin yan. Si Iko, frontliner. Ano sabi? Si Iko Gonzalez. Hero ko yan. Si Carlo. Wow. Sana all, Carlo. Good morning.
Si Direk Iko, frontliner din yan kasi nagsushoot eh. Naghahanda yan para sa mga Tanikala shows for next year. So, busy sila sa mga production.
Okay. Wow. But are they allowed? Are they allowed to shoot?
No,
I think so.
mag-ECQ and they would go nag-o-office sila before eh. Nag-o-office sila parang 3 times ba or a few days a week. Then they are also able to mga outreach Pumunta sila sa Batangas, punta sila sa North, punta sila ng Norte. Lumalabas din sila. So, frontliner yun talaga ang ating industry. COEX.
Yeah. So, in your perspective, guys, at saka yung mga nanonood sa ilan bang nanonood sa atin, King? Ilang million ba nanonood?
9 million.
9 million.
Oh,
tama. 11 million. Okay. So, pakisabi naman sa amin, pakisagot naman to, habang bumabati tayo sa sponsors natin, Tristan. How can we help encourage and empower our modern day heroes? Yan. So, yan ha. Sina medical frontliners, mga nurses, doctors, security guards, janitors, riders, etc., etc. How can we help encourage and empower our modern day heroes? Habang binabati ni Tristan ang ating mga sponsors. Pasok, Tristan.
Ayan, so Kape tayo is brought to you by The Keg, Brewed to Go, Kylie Bakes, Oil M, GPH, Baking Food Station Online, and Chichadon.
Yeah, talaga. Pwede ka sa radyo, please. Pwede ka sa radyo. Lalo na yung lalo na yung meron kang bang bagong mic diyan. Naks! No? Meron kang bagong mic diyan. Oo. Di ba? Pwede ka sa radyo.
Sakto
so watching ganda ng forma niya na nakangiti pa. Yan yung magandang yan yung magandang forma pag nakangiti ka.
Hindi
malupit. Yeah. Okay, ikaw, King. How can we empower and encourage our modern day heroes?
Isa siguro sa amin kasi sa amin we go to the office ngayon kasi mga once a week lang because we do a live broadcast. But for our frontliners there, so basically mga ka-office mates and our guards and exes, yung mga tumutulong sa amin doon, maintenance and stuff. Usually we buy food tapos we share it sa lahat. So especially lapit lang namin sa Rustans. So we buy snacks there tapos we share it with everybody. And before naman nung hindi pa ganito yung setup, kasama ko mag-bike yung natin, mga guards natin. So babike kami around and then of course kasi parang yung iba kasi doon sa boarding house lang nagsistay. So talagang wala silang nakaka-interact masyado kasi sa office walang tao Tapos sa boarding house wala namang rin. So kumbaga parang yun lang to encourage them also. Samahan mo. Treat mo ng food, ganyan. Food talaga yung love language So sa ilang binondo kami noon.
Galing.
Ganyan. So that's my way or a way that we can encourage yung mga frontliners, especially those who are working with us.
Galing Actually, ang maganda sa sinabi mo yung it's not just buying food and then giving it to them. Maganda yung sinabi mo, we share it with them. Di ba? Kasi iba yung bibili ka ng pagkain, kain na kayo dyan. Di ba? Iba yung bibili ka ng pagkain, tara, kain tayo. Di ba? And then you're actually sharing not just the meal, but you're sharing your time with them. Di ba? I mean, if you have employees who are now like us sa Keg kasi talagang no work. Sarado kami. Hindi ka malakas sa take-out and delivery. So, it's really important to always spend time, whether that's physically spend time with them, like biking nung pwede pa, di ba? Nung pwede pa mag-bike. You bike with them, you spend time with them, you make sure that they're okay. Diba? It's more than the food, which is of course valuable yan dahil number one, essential siya. Tapos number two, uh, kahit pa paano medyo may pagkaayuda yun, diba? Food. But it's really the time that you share with them or the time that you spend with them. How can we help? Take time to greet them back when they greet you, like your condo guards. Yes, correct. Good morning, ma'am. Oh, what's so good about the morning? Huwag naman ganun, di ba? Okay, yung dadaanan mo na lang. Di ba? And housekeeping staff, yeah, I also buy them. Yan, evening snack, kasi those in the graveyard shift, correct. Tama yan. You know, Boots, maraming salamat. Don't forget, kasi, you know, being a security guard, sa totoo lang, thankless job yan. Di ba? Isipin mo, that's a thankless job. Wala na nga pumapansin sa'yo. Yung isipin mo, security guard ka. Good morning. Dadaanan ka lang. Thankless. Tapos pag may problema, ang tenant, saka ka lang kakausapin. Complain pa. Diba? So, it helps when we take some time just to greet them or to do a little small talk lang. Pwede naman distance eh. Diba? So, uy, Tess! Hi! Good morning. Namiss ko po kayo. Namiss ka rin namin. I'm sure busy kayo sa Muntinlupa. Diba? No. I think Tess is with the Office of the Information. Muntinlupa Information Office.
Oh, good morning.
Oo. So, very, very important yung role niyan si Tess. Pero yun nga, going back to what Boots was saying, yung mga riders, di ba? Yung pag nag-deliver, for example, ano ba naman yung bigyan mo na lang ng konting tip, di ba? Or for the extra effort. Kasi hindi biro yung kumikita ka, yes. Pero maganda sana kung meron ka pang extra for the effort, di ba? Kasi nga, it's no joke to be out now na Delta variant na sobrang bilis makahawa. I mean, we know of companies na talagang yung staff nila, grabe, by 3, 4, all at once. 10, all at once, diba? So, yan, si Neil. Neil Aldrin ko. Good morning. Ano sabi ni Neil?
Sabi ni Neil is, I always say sa mga guardian na sa grocery store, congratulations sa dedication nyo, and I share to them kakanin on my way out. At syempre, the Cebuano word, amping mo or ingat kayo.
Wow. Amping mo.
May natutunan po tayo.
Oo. Oo. Galing. Thank you. Oh, okay yung mga yung mga kahera sa grocery. 'Di ba, when you go out, yung kahera sa grocery, ano ba naman yung kausapin mo na lang habang pinapunch yung mga items mo, 'di ba? I also greet security guards regularly. Treat them with taho. Uy! Begeneme. Padala nga natin yung address dati kay Ma'am Tess. Makapagtaho naman.
Ako din.
Taho. So, yeah, so that's important, diba? That's how you empower them, that's how you encourage them. You know, thank them for kasi sa totoo lang, yung buwis buhay, ngayon yun eh. Buwis buhay talaga ang trabaho nila ngayon, diba? Because our guards and housekeeping staff are locked down with us during ECQ yan. We give them phone loads so they could call home to be in touch with their families. Oh, grabe naman, Boots. Ang babait nila talaga. You know? And I think...
Natawa ko dito, Coach. Sa gas boy, girl, or in sa gas station. Good morning. Full tank.
Ay, nako. By the way, mataas ang posisyon niya si PJ sa kumpanya nila. Pero ganyan sumagot niya.
Kasi yun di ba yung tinatanong talaga, diba? Sir, full tank po ba?
Oo.
So,
full tank,
good morning. I-full tank mo yun.
Okay. si PJ, a little background on PJ. PJ used to work with us in Business Works. So, marami dyan na nanonood dito, nag-uumpisa sa amin sa Business Works. Then, of course, they go on to build their own careers or develop their own careers. So yeah, si PJ is one of them who worked with us. And then his wife, Chai, is a doctor in saan ba siya, PJ? Pakisabi nga sa atin kung saan, where's her clinic? Heart, cardio yung yung wife niya, cardio specialist. Yes. If I'm not mistaken, you can correct me, PJ, please. Yeah. So, yun, very important. Galing, Ang daming ways to, Yan, Makati men. Correct. So, and then PJ is with J&J now, if I'm not mistaken. He's with J&J. So, yan, busy rin sila, I'm sure, with, syempre, may bakuna rin ng J&J. Diba? So, busy ang mga yan. Frontliner din yan, si PJ. Kasi, they're the ones who are in the front lines for pharma yan, so medicines and other medicines that can help with other sickness or diseases.
Speaking of J&J, yung office mate ko parang mga a month ago ata pulled a prank on us. So sabi niya, uy, may bakuna na ako, J&J. Pagkatingin namin, yung sticker ng pulbo,
yung nasa takip, yung bilog.
Dinikit niya sa braso niya. Buong araw nakadikit. Tapos lahat ng ka-office namin, pinapakita niya, guys, may bakuna na ako, J&J. Pulbo pa niya.
Yung mga ganyan, kailangan natin yan di ba? To break the seriousness and the monotony and the stress level.
Oo. Kasi may mga nakikita ako, like kunyari sa City of the Gig, they give out stickers yung bilog. So yung iba, hindi, put it nga sa nila, sa arms nila, nalagay nilang ganyan. Wow, mag-effort ang JND, meron talagang sticker na. Pagkakita ko, yung pampulbo na. Kakatawa.
Mga tao talaga. Yes, send me a... Uy! Naku naman. Huwag naman ganun. So, padala rin natin kung anong oras yung Ay, may isang... Sorry Tess, di ba may masarap na na barbecue dyan sa Muntinlupa? May masarap na barbecue dyan sa Muntinlupa. Joy ba yun? Joy? Parang, or something like that I forget the name. Pero ang ibang klase yun. Wow. Yun, kung nagdi-deliver din yun, Tess, padala naman ng contact details nung barbecuehan na yun. Diba? Para mahatikim naman kami. Yun. So, question. Kasi Evangeline, mas maganda din po is to understand them if ever, kung nakasimangot sila, do make them smile yan. Hindi yung okay. Tama naman. Good. Tanong. Okay, tanong. Ang tanong, no. Yan. Avengers or Justice League? Kung papipiliin ka, Avengers, yan. Marvel yan Avengers, yan. Sina Iron Man, Captain America, di ba? Hulk, sino pa ba? Hawkeye, yun yung original, di ba? Thor, at saka si Scarlet. Tama ba? Ay, sorry, si Black Widow. Scarlett Johansson.
Si Black Widow.
Hawkeye. Original, di ba? The original Avengers. Tapos Justice League, of course, the original is Flash, Cyborg, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman. 6 sila. Diba? So, Avengers or Justice League? Alin ang pipiliin mo dyan? At saka why? Ikaw, King. Alin ka dyan? Avengers o Justice League?
Based sa DCU, no? Tsaka sa MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe at ang ating DC Cinematic Universe. Sa akin mas gusto ko generally si Marvel. Especially yung Endgame tsaka yung ang galing eh. Parang napakaganda lang. And of course yung medyo mas lighter din sila hindi sa bata. Well, actually, hindi pa ito napapanood different lahat. But it's a lighter take also. DC kasi parang medyo mas siya, mas darker yung treatment. And actually, even yung sa mga TV shows nila. And yung comics din naman talaga. But generally, mas Avengers, especially because of the movies in Endgame.
Okay. Kayo, yung mga nanonood at saka yung mga nakikinig sa atin, alin kayo? Avengers, Team Avengers or Team Justice League? Although Justice League kasi if you grabe kayo, paano naman kami na lumaki yung Mazinger at Uy, Boots, huwag kang ganyan na naabutan mo yan. Kasi kung naabutan mo, kung marami kang input kay kay Ninoy, marami ka rin input dyan. Kasi sinaunang panahon din yan, Avengers at saka Justice League na yan.
Oo, grabe.
Diba? Pero although maganda rin yan, Voltes 5 at saka Mazinger. Pero Justice League kasi, going back, si Justice League, nag-establish pa lang sila ngayon eh. Diba? Kaya maraming origins. Diba? There's a lot of origins movies, starting with Dark Knight and all. Even Man of Steel, diba? Man of Steel, bumalik yun eh, origins. Tapos the latest Justice League is directed by Zack Snyder. So Zack Snyder is also the director of 300, diba? Yung mga ganun. So marami kang makikitang trademark ni Zack Snyder. Dark, diba? Yung slow motion, there's a lot of the treatment there. But needless to say, si Avengers kasi marami na siyang origins before leading up to all the Avengers. Tapos pinagdikit-dikit na nilang lahat. Diba? So, kumbaga sa mas mature ang mga characters na ni Avengers in the movie. Of course, in the comics, we know that DC was ahead. Mas nauna si DC kesa Marvel. Pero when you think about it, ako more Avengers, para tayo King, more Avengers ako, all because I'll take the example of Iron Man and Batman kasi pareho silang diba? Pareho silang billionaires. They're all single, they're billionaires, diba? Mayaman. Yun yung superpower nila, diba? Sabi ni tinanong si Batman, what's your power? I'm rich. Tapos Benz pa naman yung dala niya, diba? So kita mo yung dalawa and nakita mo yung transformation nila, diba? Nakita mo yung transformation nila. Although mas ramdam mo yung transformation ni Tony Stark from a self-centered person to someone who grew a conscience and a heart. Diba? Kaya yung Endgame, sorry kung spoiler alert for those who have not yet watched the Endgame. Yung fake heart niya, yun yung diba, this is proof that Tony had a heart. Yun yung nakalagay, diba, naka-enclose siya. This is proof that Tony had a heart. Oo. So, nagkaroon siya ng kaya ang nagkaroon ng civil war, diba, sa Avengers dahil yun eh, yung nagkaroon ng empathy si Tony Stark. Mali yung ginagawa na. Mali yun. Mali. Diba? Kaya his conscience really grew on him. That's why, diba, nagkaroon siya ng he had a kid already, nagkaanak na siya, di ba? So everything was about that. So that part of the Avengers na appreciate ko. So there's the humanity, di ba? The human side of that. Hindi ko pa nakikita kasi sa Justice League kasi they're still busy fighting crime. They're still busy fighting the elements. Diba? By the way, meron pang modern day hero before we go into our quick topic. Meron pang modern day hero. Pakita mo nga, King.
Ayun.
I posted it. Oo,
Yes.
modern day hero.
Yung
pinost ako eh. Yeah. Yan. Not all heroes wear capes. Some work at the Commission on Audit. We did that. This is in support of our kapatid na Lasalista din, who is the chairperson of the Commission on Audit, si Chairperson Michael Aguinaldo. But he's doing his job, you know what I mean? He's doing his job, and it so happens that this is what turned out. So, let it be, di ba? Ang sinasabi lang naman, please explain, di ba? Kung ano nangyayari. Ganun naman ang audit eh. Diba, kahit sa kumpanya ko, pag in-audit ako, ito pa yung kulang mo, ito, this is what you lack, this is what's missing, this is unaccounted for. Where are the receipts for this? Produce before we finally submit it, di ba? We make a final audit on it. So that's basically what they're doing. So, but yun nga ang sinasabi natin eh, di ba? Generally, people or heroes, in a time of crisis, lumalabas yung true character ng tao or ng hero. That's why in the crisis of the Civil War, lumabas yung character ng dalawang leader ng Avengers, si Tony Stark at saka si Captain America. Diba? Lumabas yung what was really inside them. So, yun yung importante. And the reason why we ask this is because alam ba ninyo that there are benefits to partnering. There are benefits to empowering and building the team. What are power partnerships? Just very quickly, no? Number one, ano ba yung una natin, King? Yeah. The first one is?
Increased productivity.
Yeah. So this is based on King Solomon's wisdom many years ago. Sabi niya, two are better than one because they have good return for their work. So pag sinabing good return for their work, ibig sabihin, they have increased productivity. So when people work based on their strengths, you can do exponential. You have exponential growth. Diba? Like a quick example is a draft horse. A draft horse, yung mga malalaking kabayo. One draft horse can pull a total of 6 tons. 2 draft horses will not pull only 12 tons. They'll pull 50 plus tons. Why? Because it's exponential, the growth. Exponential ang productivity nila. Kaya, when you see now, tingnan mo ngayon, netong pangatlong ECQ Season 3, when all the efforts to vaccinate were put together, nag-increase yung productivity. Di mo, before the ECQ Season 3, and now ECQ Season 3, nung papasok nitong after August 6 until today, gaano karami nang nagpabakuna at nabakunahan. Tumaas kagad ang growth or productivity. Why? Of course, it's not without its challenges. But why? Because everybody got together. Parang yung mga mayors, yung mga local governments, they all got together and said, we have to ramp this up. Kasi hindi nakakayanin ng ekonomiya ng city natin kung magla-lockdown pa ulit or kung mag-extend yung ECQ. Kaya ni-ramp up nila yung vaccination. Di ba? So, that's what we mean. When two are better than one because they have good return for their work. Okay? Meron ka bang may idadagdag dito, King?
Wala. Yun na yun, Coach.
Okay. Yung pangalawa, basa.
Pangalawa is increased protection.
Yan. So, increased protection. Ano naman ibig sabihin yan? Pag sinabing increased protection, two are better than one because if one falls down, his friend can pick him up. Yun ang sabi doon. Verse, ano yan? Verse
10.
10. Oh, verse 10. His friend can pick him up. Pity a man who, when he falls, no one can pick him up. Diba? Kawawa naman yung taong ganun. Walang kaibigan na pwedeng tumulong sa kanya pag nalaglag, pag nadapa, pag bumagsak ang negosyo. Or pag nadapa, hindi raw bumagsak, pero pag nadapa ang negosyo, kawawa naman yung taong walang kaibigan man lang na tutulong sa kanya. That's increased protection. So, for example now, two are better than one. Why? Because pagka hirap, di ba? Pagka hirap, tulong-tulong tayo. We can protect each other, number one, from the COVID by doing our part. Di ba? You have increased protection. Two are better than one. So kahit bakunado ka na, still protect yourself. Not for yourself, but for others also. Why? Because pwedeng asymptomatic ka. Diba? So you have increased protection when people start coming together and doing their part. And it's important lang to know na when you talk about protection, nakalagay kasi dyan, di ba? Tignan mo, either when falls down, he can help another up. In another translation, nakalagay doon, a friend can help pick him up, di ba? So, importante, yung partnership mo, hindi lang partnership for the sake of partnering, pero kaibigan mo talaga yan. If you're in business, again, I say this, no? It's better to become good friends because of business than to get into business because you're best friends or good friends. So in the process of doing work together, nagiging magkaibigan kayo. Kaya pag nalaglag yung isa, pwedeng tulungan ng kaibigan. Diba? Kasi ang kaibigan, pag tumulong, wala naman hinihinging kapalit yan. Tinutulungan ka niya dahil kaibigan mo siya. May following? So, just like us, dito sa Kape tayo, mga kaibigan ko yung mga yan, yung mga kapatid ko, mga kaibigan ko talaga yung mga yan. Diba? So, if one is down, someone can help or pray, at the very least, pray for that person. Diba? Okay. Basa. Number 3. Kung may dadagdag ka, King, magdagdag ka lang. Number 3.
Next is increased passion.
Yan, increased passion. So, ano mo na ibig sabihin nun? Sa verse 11. Verse 11. Basa. Raise the roof. Basa.
Also, if two lie down together, they will keep warm. But how can one keep warm alone? Tama nga naman. Tao nga naman.
Diba? So, bakit passion? Kasi pag pinag-usapan mo yung warmth, pag pinag-usapan mo yung heat or fire, those are all symbols or words that connote passion. Diba? For example, why is, my son is, diba? Parang when my son was playing football, ngayon nagbabasketball na kasi siya. When my son was playing football, wow, grabe, you're hot, diba? Pag ganun. Kasi passionate ka masyado sa sport mo o sa ginagawa mo, parang you're on a roll. Diba? So, when two people come together and work based on their passion, grabe yung magagawa ninyo. You can literally do a lot. Boots, for example, we know that Boots has a heart or has a passion for CSR, corporate social responsibility, diba? Or helping the less fortunate, for example. But when you come together with people who also have the same passion, you can literally help so many other people. At saka yung sinasabi ni Boots na yung I greet the security guards, the staff in the hindi dahil kailangan niyang gawin. Pero because that's her. You know what I mean? Ganun talaga yung katauhan niya. That's her. Kasi I know because nakasama ko yan sa seminar dati. That's really who she is. She's really a very giving person. Diba? She's very kind with her words. She's very giving with her knowledge, with her thoughts. Diba? So, when you come together with like-minded people, with people with the same passion, guess what? Mas marami kayong marireach, mas marami kayong mabibless, mas marami kayong matutulungan ng tao. That's why you have increased passion. And the last,
is increased power. Puwerta.
ayun, power.
Sinasabi ni
Power!
Tristan.
Yan sinasabi ni Tristan. O, basa.
So, so Ecclesiastes chapter 4 verse 12 says here, though one may be overpowered, two can defend themselves. A cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken.
Okay. So, tingnan mo, ang ganda ng verse na yan. Tingnan mo, 1, 2, 3. Tingnan mo, 1, 2, 3. One may be overpowered. Two can defend themselves. Kung may rest back ka, di ba? May rest back. Pero, 3 strands is not quickly broken.
Galing.
So parang sinasabi niya dito, pag mag-isa ka lang, pag sinusubukan mong gawin ng isang bagay na mag-isa lang, sure, may mararating ka. Pero hindi mo mararating yung gusto mong marating dahil pwede kang ma-overpower. And what can overpower you? Now, what can overpower you? The situation. Diba? The economy. Nabagsak. What else can overpower you? Stress, anxiety, worry, fear. That can overpower you. Two can defend themselves. Kaya importante yung makipag-usap ka. Importante yung connect ka. Importante yung meron kang kakwentuhan na ganito. Di ba? Kasi you can get different perspective. Ganun pala yun. So, ganun pala ginawa mo. So, you're going through the same thing. Yeah, so, and then, 3 strands is not quickly broken. So, kung tatlo na kayo, mas mahirap tibagin yun. Kasi, you're actually doing more. And you're getting bigger, and you're getting more and more perspective. You're getting more and more power. Di ba? Kasi, sabi nga nila, knowledge is power. Di ba? So, when you get different perspectives, pag marami ka nang nalalaman tungkol sa sitwasyon mo, you're not easily overpowered anymore when the same situation comes around. Diba? Kung ECQ 1.0, diba? ECQ season 1, ang dami sa atin kahit ako na-overpower ako. Pero, dahil umpisahan natin to season 1, nung nag-ECQ season 2, kaya na nating depensa ang sarili natin against anxiety, worry, fear, etc. Because we already know what to do. Different perspectives na. Pero ngayon, season 3, iba na. Hindi na tayo madaling matibag. Hindi na tayo madaling mabigyan. In terms of the 3 strands, it's not quickly broken. Just a quick insight. During our time when we got married 29 years ago, parating hinihingi ng mga couples during the time, yung gusto ko namin yung makapal na cord, yung for the cord sponsor, di ba? Yung veil and cord, di ba? Yung pagkinasal. Gusto namin yung makapal na cord, yung 3 strands, yung makapal. So, sabi ko, okay, so, sige. Baka naman kasi para makita sa video, makita sa picture, di ba? Kasi kung manipis nga lang naman, hindi naman makikita masyado yan. I thought it was for aesthetic. I didn't realize na it was for there was a bigger reason. And the 3 strands is really symbolic pala. It's symbolic that your marriage or your union should be you, your spouse, and Christ. Yun yung 3 strands. Kaya symbolic siya because if that is the foundation of your marriage, you, your spouse, and especially Christ at the center of your marriage, it's not easily broken. The marriage vow is not easy, and the marriage commitment and covenant is not easily broken. So it's symbolic to say na kailangan sa lahat ng partnerships natin, sa totoo lang, there is someone higher, someone more sovereign, someone more mighty in our partnership to help us, diba, get through this. So those are four benefits of creating powerful partnerships. Number 1 is increased productivity. Number 2, increased protection. Number 3, increased passion. And number 4, increased power. Mga kapatid, this was the wisdom of King Solomon many, many, many years ago. And it is still true until today. So, ganyan ho ka-powerful ang salita ng Diyos na pag in-apply natin ngayon, magiging powerful ang partnerships natin. So, tayo po yung magdasal. Service para, church service.
Prayer meeting pala.
So, prayer meeting. Yeah. So, may dadagdag ka ba, King, bago tayo tuloy ang magtapos ng episode natin today?
I guess idadagdag ko lang, importance talaga of all these things boils down to one is trusting in God talaga, no? Yun yung pinaka-importante sa increased power, di ba? Parang hindi mo kayang isa lang, magandang may kasama ka, pero the best talaga pagkasama mo si Lord. No? And of course, para naman sa natin, it's really it gives focus to the importance of being in a community or having people around you, diba? There's increased productivity, increased protection, increased passion. So, kumbaga parang, alam mo yun, yung life is not meant to be lived alone, diba? Yung hindi pwedeng ikaw lang na the only interaction you have with other people is yung lang, pag meron kang kailangan or bibilin ka or dadaan ka, yung mga ganun lang. It has to have deep, meaningful relationships as well. Diba? So, okay lang naman, no? Maging ka, single forever. Wala namang problema doon. But really having deep connections and deep relationships with other people doesn't mean that you need to get married. Pwede namang marami naman, like kami naman nila kapitan at ang iba natin mga kapatid, alam mo yan, we're getting deeper sa aming mga relationships. Hindi naman kami kasal sa isa't isa. No? But really, because of the relationships that we have increased productivity, protection, passion. Ganyan. So, that's why meron tayong kapit tayo because of our passion to share and really, passion for coffee also, common denominator. For so, yun talaga. So, galing, ganda ng natin yun.
Yeah. Good. At saka, madadagdag ko lang, no? Kaya powerful yung samahan ng Avengers or Justice League, whichever you choose, whichever side you're on. Because of that, they have become friends. Naging magkaibigan na sila. Sure, nag-conflict. Superman at saka si Batman, naging magka-conflict. Tapos, bandang huli, nalaman pala nila na pareho pala silang pangalan ng nanay nila. Martha, pareho pala yung pangalan ng nanay nila. Diba? And that's part of friendship. Diba? That actually started a friendship. Diba? Between the two. And of course, with all the rest. The same thing with the Avengers. Ganun din. So if you take a look at all successful partnerships and powerful partnerships, they've maintained the friendship throughout.
Yeah.
They put the friendship above business or above money or above, because that's the strength of their partnership. That's the power of their partnership. Okay, so ako magpapaalam, ikaw na magtapos nitong program. Ako magpapaalam na po mga kapatid. It's 9:13. Sorry we went a little bit over time, but we hope that this episode has been helpful for you. Okay, so it is Friday. It's the start of the weekend. Make sure that you stay safe and, of course, spend a lot of time with your family, which is the most powerful partnerships that you can have in your life. We'll see you all again next week. So bye for now.
Okay. So bye everyone. Thank you so much for being with us ngayong umaga and having coffee with us. And of course, tomorrow is August 21. And this time, today or maybe this weekend, to thank and encourage our modern day heroes. So, bye everyone. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.